Many viewers, even the most devoted ones, completely overlook these details during their first several viewings. What most fans never knew is that the cast was deliberately instructed about these hidden layers and guided to reflect them through their performances. In a 2019 interview, Tom Hanks revealed that Frank Darabont held special sessions with the actors to explain the film's deeper symbolism. Darabont specifically asked the cast to pay attention to the color green, explaining that it wasn't limited to the prison floor known as the Mile. Green appears whenever death is approaching, in the curtains of the execution chamber, in Dell's sponge that should have been soaked in brine, and even in the reflection seen in Wild Bill's eyes when he first arrives. The actors were told to remain aware of this visual symbolism and respond to it naturally in their performances. If you watch the film again, you'll notice how their eyes subtly rest on green objects and how their expressions shift when green elements appear. None of this was accidental. It was carefully directed behavior rooted in symbolic instruction. The most shocking revelation, however, came from James Cromwell, who disclosed the film's biblical foundations. Frank Darabont provided the cast with specific biblical passages to shape their characters. Cromwell explained that when John says, "I'm tired, boss," tired of being on the road, lonely as a sparrow in the rain, the line was intentionally echoing Psalm 102. Darabont wanted the cast to understand that John was not simply a supernatural figure, but a Christ-like presence. This understanding reshaped the actors' performances. When the guards removed John's chains before the execution, David Morse revealed they were instructed that the moment symbolically mirrored Christ being taken down from the cross, and every movement in that scene was choreographed with biblical meaning. Another hidden layer lies in Mr. Jingles. While the mouse became one of the film's most beloved elements, few fans realized it was also used as a psychological test for the cast. Bonnie Hunt revealed that Darabont observed how each actor naturally interacted with the mouse during rehearsals, believing those instincts revealed the true nature of their characters' souls. The mouse became the film's moral compass. Doug Hutcherson shared that Darabont explained Percy's attempt to kill the mouse as proof of his complete lack of mercy, which defined his entire character. Even more revealing, the mouse scenes were filmed before many actors had fully developed their roles. Michael Clark Duncan said his interaction with Mr. Jingles helped him understand John Coffey's true nature, gentle, protective, and instinctively compassionate. Tom Hanks explained that Paul's evolving response to the mouse mirrors his moral journey, beginning with indifference and ending in protection, foreshadowing his decision to help John. Darabont designed this intentionally so every character's treatment of Mr. Jingles answered the same question: do the vulnerable deserve protection? Weather also served as a secret acting guide. The cast was instructed to treat weather as an emotional signal. David Morse revealed that Darabont taught them that the outside environment reflected the emotional state inside the prison. During Dell's botched execution, the violent storm was meant to mirror the emotional chaos of the scene. Sam Rockwell explained that the storm was not just atmosphere, but an emotional direction tool. For John's execution, the cast was told the clear, moonlit night symbolized peace and acceptance, and Darabont wanted that calm to appear in their expressions. Bonnie Hunt later revealed that the final cemetery scene was filmed on the only truly sunny day of production on purpose, symbolizing that the sun doesn't truly shine until Paul has carried his burden for decades and finally tells a story. The execution scenes themselves nearly broke the cast. Dell's execution was filmed with multiple cameras to limit the number of takes due to the emotional strain and complex effects. Michael Jeter revealed that repeatedly performing his character's terror caused real psychological trauma, requiring counseling. The cast stated that Tom Hanks struggled deeply during John's execution, often isolating himself afterward, unable to separate Paul's emotions from his own. The most profound experience came from Michael Clark Duncan, who described feeling a spiritual sense of forgiveness during the rehearsal of John's execution, calling it the most powerful moment of his career. The film also nearly had a completely different ending. Studio executives pushed to remove the elderly Paul epilogue, believing it was unnecessary and made the film too long. The cast supported Darabont in preserving it, believing the story was not about death, but about living with the consequences of moral choices. Ironically, the elderly Paul scenes were filmed first, and Tom Hanks said watching Dabs Greer's performance shaped his entire portrayal of Paul. The studio feared audiences wouldn't accept the supernatural longevity of Paul and Mr. Jingles, but that very disbelief is what makes the ending so powerful, forcing viewers to confront the miraculous. Finally, Michael Clarke Duncan's journey itself became legendary. Before The Green Mile, he worked as a ditch digger, bouncer, and celebrity bodyguard for stars like Will Smith and Martin Lawrence. His acting career was limited to intimidating background roles, yet his transformation into John Coffey became one of Hollywood's most extraordinary career metamorphoses, a journey that forever changed his life and film history.